Hey guys, I'm gonna back here for the video, guys. Welcome back to an episode of my Madden Noclipped series. We're Noclipped inside and outside of stadiums in Madden 26. Today we're taking a look at the Mexico Stadium in Madden 26. I think it's one of the two Mexico stadiums in Madden 26, and this is going to start off with a tunnel system, which I can't go any lower than this, sadly. But it actually works out because then I can go a little bit higher up here. Now this tunnel system goes all the way out to here, which is kind of dope, to be honest. Kind of gives you a little bit of a actual tunnel system there. I feel like this stadium looks a little bit different than last year. And that might just be real life thing. Like they might have just changed the stadium in some capacity. I'm not sure how much they changed, but this might actually be a little bit different. Now, normally on the outside of this stadium, the Mexico Stadium has one of the craziest outside maps of any stadium. Like, it's truly insane. So I'm hoping that's the case with this one. I'm hoping we're going to say that this one is also the craziest outside map. Because so far, it's been kind of wishy-washy with some of these outside maps in Madden 26, but this would be a way for EA Sports to kind of get back in the good graces of the Noclipped series. So I think that's pretty much it when it comes to the actual stadium part, because everything else, like that's their tunnels. Like they don't really have anything else tunnel-wise. And I don't think they have any walk-around area. They have a lot of solar panels now. I think that's brand new because I don't remember ever solar panels. But, like, they don't really have much walk-around area, as you can see right here. This is, like, not much actual walk-around area. So, now we got the outside of the stadium, which does have EA Sports on it. Which, in real life, do they have, like, EA Sports on it? I feel like they would probably have something else, you know? Maybe not. Maybe they would have EA Sports. I don't know. But on the outside here, they do have like the little different color beams, which I really like. So it's like purple, that's blue, and then it like goes into different colors. But for the most part, this is a very uniform stadium on the outside. Like when it comes to this area right here, it's just every certain amount of distance you have these like doors, which for the most part gets the job done. But yeah, so the colors change as you go around. Alright, so we're going to have to go underneath the map for this one, just so we can see all of this beauty that is the stadium. And also, what do we have here? Okay. We have ourselves a little brick area. We have ourselves little gated area. I do remember from this stadium from the past that a lot of the stadium is gated in. Like you can't get in the stadium unless you are, you have a ticket and stuff. So there's like a really, really big gate around this stadium normally in other Maddens. So we'll see that in a second as we go around here, but I'm starting to see a little bit as we go around, try to get all the, different parts of the stadium here. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, there we go. Actually, you know what? Okay, so if I zoom in here, still trying to figure out this camera module movement. All right, so it looks like it's very similar across all the outside of the stadium. All right, so now the elevation might be a little wonky, as always. It happens. Like down here, this is like perfect area for us to actually go around. But areas out here, actually no, okay. Areas to the right here might be a little wonky. So we still have this little gate thing that goes all the way around. You can see right here. It goes all the way on the outside here. What says like port 1 and stuff like that. So this goes around the whole stadium, and again, obviously they don't want anyone breaking in the stadium, anyone going there that's not supposed to be. You don't want any crap like that happening, so it makes sense. We do have I thought they were stop signs for a second. They're literally just EA Sports signs. EA Sports really put in the branding on this. They're making sure we understand the branding here. Alright, so I hope the elevation is not wonky throughout the whole entire map. So that's the stadium area. Again, we have the name of the stadium. Looks like a couple banners over here. We got some vendors over here, but not real vendors, just kind of make-believe ones. I feel like in old Maddens, we actually had like the custom vendors that like, you know, the make-believe ones that EA Sports creates, but not the case here, which is disappointing. All right, so we got a parking garage over here. Okay, now keep in mind, you can see right here, there is a ground, it's just the elevation is wonky, so we have to do this. Although I'm pretty sure that this parking garage goes underground. It looks like. I'm not sure if it does that in real life, but it looks like it goes underground in this game. Okay, so this... Yeah, so this map might be an insanely humongous map, just like it was. Yeah, so you can see like this. There's ground right here. We're just underneath the map. So just like it was in Madden 20, like the old Maddens, this map is just as crazy, it looks like. So I thought maybe they'll make it a little bit smaller because it's Madden 26 and that's kind of the trend. That's not the case. Like, this map is going to be just as crazy insane as it was in every other Madden. And they're not really holding back on this map at all. Which I always find funny because you can't ever see any of this stuff on the outside. But this map is... Okay, yeah, this map is kind of insane. I mean, it's so dense. There's so much going on. There's so much places everywhere. That is just so much going on here. This is a map where you can easily get lost in it and you don't know where you are. Which, I always love maps like that because that just adds to the realism of the actual game. But like, for example, you can't even see the stadium. You can't even see it. When you can't see the stadium on a map, that's how you know the map is pretty good. That's how you know the map is honestly the most insane map you're going to see. There's so much going on here. I mean, I feel like it's like different parts of a overall model here. I don't even know what that meant. But, yeah, we got all the way over there. So there is areas where it's just completely, like, you know, nothingness. But then when you get into the populated areas, it's like every 3 inches or something. So... that's, again, the making for a beautiful map. So, over here, we have nothingness. And then we just get into the city and we get into, like, all the... I'd say city, but we get into all the houses and stuff like that. And this is where things just get crazy insane. So, yeah. So, from this angle, you can see we have all the houses. Alright, so I'm trying to make my best not to miss anything. Because sometimes it's easy to in these like very dense maps. That's the problem with dense maps is you could easily miss 1 or 2 things. Just because of how much is going on. You get overwhelmed. But I think for the most part, I don't want to say this is like a copy and paste kind of concept. But for the most part, I feel like it's very much the same when it comes to concepts. We have buildings here. We have houses here. So, wow, this is massive. Every year I do this series. Every year I look at this stadium, and every year it surprises the heck out of me how insanely massive this stadium is. Or this map is. Not really the stadium as much. You would think it would be the stadium that would get all the stuff, but no, it's the map. I mean, we have little actual city buildings all the way out here. Like, why? Bro, we can never see this as the player. We have even more buildings over here. Dude, this is insanity. Like, why? I can't even fathom putting in this like time and effort for really nothing. Just to have it. Be like, hey, yeah, we actually did it. Yeah, now this map, this is always the craziest map, and you know what, Madden 26, I thought it was going to not live up to it because Madden 26 map so far has been kind of mid. This is the, yeah, they lived up to it type angle. Definitely say that. Going all the way over here. More just crazy stuff going on. And every time I think, I'm like, okay, I think we got, no, we did not get it all. There's even more stuff going on over here. All right, so over here, we got ourselves some more buildings. Some more kind of like office building type angles. Some more buildings. Even more buildings. Bueller. Got some more buildings, houses, homes, all that kind of stuff. And then I think we're good at this point. Because we did go over there. We at this point I feel like we covered every inch. But we probably did. We probably missed something. Because that's just how it works. We have this whole entire highway system. We've not seen this in any other Madden. Like when it comes to any other stadium. But for some reason the Mexico Stadium always has a complete highway system. Like, bro, where is the stadium? I think it's over here. Right? Oh, it's over there. Okay. I completely did not know where it was. Alright. Bro. There's just no way. There's just no way, man. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one.